Hello there, YouTube, and welcome to a 64-degree August the 17th of 2022. Today is Wednesday, hump day. Them swallows out there, they're just non-stop. It's amazing there's that many bugs out there. And if you watch them things coming and going from their nest, they're just non-stop feeding their little babies. It is crazy they find that many bugs. Well, good for them, I reckon, huh? Yeah, here in Toledo, it's supposed to be 93. I think it's supposed to be close to 100 in Vancouver. And now it looks like Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week is going to do the same thing. A couple of degrees lower. But yeah, the old heat wave, she ain't stopping yet. Like Kelly said, goes, when's the last time it rained? Well, it sprinkled a couple of times, but I don't think that counts for anything. Well, anyway, let's get a hump day rolling here. God almighty, come on along. If you look closely, you'll see the butt of a big old deer sitting out right there. He's on the... Well, hello there. Good morning.
Don't go down the road.
Look at that. Morning, our little friend. Are you the one that's been hanging out on the road all the time?
Hey, you need to go to the brush. I don't want you to go to the road. Go across. Go on through.
That's cute. Mama?
Yes, I'll help.
It's already 80 degrees. That is not a good sign.
No.
I think we'll see triple digits here in Vancouver.
Yeah.
I just about bet you.
80 at 10 in the morning.
Yep,
Yeah, she's gonna be hot.
She's gonna be a hot one for sure.
Yep.
All right, I guess I got spiders lined up for me down there today, so looks like there's gonna be a spider day.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right.
Have yourself a wonderful hump day there, Mama.
You too, hubby.
And I may or may not see you as the day goes on.
Okay.
All right. Love you. See you. Bye.
I love you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
So this is my second RT ride for the day. The first one I probably won't use that because there was a secondary thing I was looking at and I was more thinking about than looking at, trying to determine if something was wrong. 2017 RTS S model, yes, and had this weird engine vibration that he's brought it in and talked to us about before, and now it's getting noticeably worse. So I'm gonna send a case file to BRP with a saved buds file and let them cipher through that, and I'll explain what's going on. So anyway, I was kind of yammering on more than anything else, concentrating on that thing. You know, you're deep in... It sounds like his fender's loose down there. Maybe one of those aftermarket lights, or I don't know. I just hear a fender rattle. I thought I did anyway. Or maybe I was hearing a cup. Anyway, this is a 2013 Black Curran, I think they call it. At a distance, it looks just completely black, but you get close, it's actually a really dark brown. But he's complaining that it steers too quick. So he's brand new to spiders, so that just may be a normal thing. But like the 17 I rode, the upper ball joints are loose on this thing, so I can't do an alignment on it. The 2017 was in for an alignment and diagnosing that buzzing. I find it actually quite pleasurable. It makes it feel like it's alive. It's not doing anything wrong. It's just there. There's no rattling or anything. You just feel the bike. Actually, kind of reminds me of these twins, but the 1330s they don't do that. They're just like a Goldwing, kind of smooth, you know. I mean, you sense them, but it's not that smooth. You know, it does have some character, you know. But as far as handling Twitchy on this thing, of course, it's going to act a little weird with the upper ball joints being loose. This is essentially the same chassis as what the 2014 1330 had in it, because this was actually supposed to be the first 1330. So these things, you know, because they were getting long in the tooth, they weren't meeting emissions at its current state. So the 1330, you know, just being a different motor, met these emissions just naturally. Well, when they, at the last second, literally the 11th hour, they pulled the plug and had a plan B of, you know, pushing them through with these twins in there still. They had to run a different mapping, and they ran a little leaner. Well, the result was the exhaust ran really hot. So there were some bulletins to address that, and then finally they got the mapping. Essentially, it was the 2012 mapping. It took months to get it approved, but they put the 2012 mapping on here, so all that heat stuff, it just kind of went away. And then, you know, criers will be criers, so they kept crying, even though I proved to a lot of people that these were actually running cooler than the 10 through 12s. Get a whole group of them that show up at once, walk out there with your temperature gun. You go through, and the best place to test them was to lift them up and zap the frame right where the frame meets the glove box underneath there. That's where the heat would come up and hit the highest on all these old twins. And yeah, they were noticeably cooler than the older ones. You know how it is, you know. I mean, look at the studies they done. You know, you get a group of people somewhere and go, I smell something. It smells dangerous. It smells poisonous. And then all of a sudden, people just falling out everywhere. And there was nothing there. People convince themselves that something's there that's really not. So these were quite pleasant after the flash. And then they were still having that purge valve issue thing, so they kind of redone that when they put the air vents on here, which made it really nice. I see a lot of people with 14 through 19s that have ordered all the pieces to these air ducts and put them on those. It only works when you're moving. And the heat issue with these things, you know, when it was, the exhaust was just running at a higher temperature. You know, so there were some alterations we had to do to make sure things weren't getting overheated, because the exhaust was hot. But yeah, it's just one of those things. People making a mountain out of a molehill. And, you know, it's amazing, since that's all gone and all those criers have either got out of Spyders or moved to 1330s or whatever. All these are out for sale and people are buying them. Like this guy, he just bought this. Never had a Spyder before. He did take his course, and I guess he took it on this. They don't know anything about any of that. Huh, funny. There's no heat complaints, because they fixed it fairly early on. It's kind of weird how people can get psyched into something, isn't it? But it's a real thing. I mean, it's like literally no joke. It's like 95 or something out here. I don't think it's even reached its peak What time is it? Oh, he's in. I don't have my glasses on. So that's 3:15:13. That's 3:13. So I think the peak is somewhere around 4 or 5, somewhere around there. Let's take an old twin down the alley. We've taken twins down the alley, but I don't think I've ever taken a 2013 Limited down the old alleyway. Down the, hey, this thing's the same age as my Iron 8A3. How about that? And my DR. I got some oldies in the collection. Is my boy in his office today? You know, for being as hot as it is, when you're walking on the blacktop up there, it feels pretty intense. But oh, there he is. Got a wave from my boy. I don't even know who that is. Like I say, one of these days I'm gonna have to run in there and, can I speak to the gentleman in that back office over there in the corner with a beautiful window view? It's not much more or less than what it's been. It's just another hot day. As you do, you just absolutely get used to it and move on. It's kind of weird for the Brimbos to make some noise. There's probably a little bit of glazing. Maybe somebody's being too easy with it. Oh, I thought he was going to come up at me. I'll say this is going to be a little bit of a problem. Oh, look, they came through and swept all this thing. Look at that. Ooh. But the pine cones keep falling. We'll give you a quick walk around on a 2013. They look the same as 10 through 19, so body style wise, except for he's got the intake scoops. The nose is different because you know, the radiator being on this one side. Oh, look at that, he's got that thing blocked off. Bad water pumps are coming your way, son, and that is not a cheap repair. I bet he still even has the plate underneath here too. No, he took that out, but that don't help. BRP did a bunch of studying on that, and they absolutely positively say under no circumstance block that thing off. What you think? She's pretty. Them fender lights are pretty. They will fail on you, but they're pretty. At least they're just hooked up to regular 12 volt system. It's not in the CAN bus. Whee! That's nice and cool right in there. That was cozy. I knew I liked my little spot for a reason. Let's see if we can get all 3 wheels in the little crack in that thing. Only got one. If you guys can figure out how to get all 3, I know you could fly a wheel and probably sort of get it, but you got to figure out how you can turn all the VSS off to do that. I think it might be a little rough. This is a really, really nice running 2013. Needs to get that block off plate off of there and put that pan thing back underneath there. See if I can stop it before it closes. Nope. Too late for the date. That pad will sense you, but that freaked that car out, huh? You probably shouldn't fly around there so fast, huh? Up there is what I'm thinking. All right. On a smoking hot day, thanks for coming along for a ride on a 2013 RT Limited. That thing, absolutely fantastic. 11,000 miles on it. Yeah, she's a sweetheart. All right, I'm bouncing. I know U-Haul storage thing. She's coming along. Stopped at the old Tractor Supply. Well, that stuff is just getting more and more expensive. It's kind of getting nuts out here. Well, hello there, YouTube. Man, it's still over 80, probably 85 or something. I don't know what it is. Muggy, though. Clouds came in. That's kind of why we have a little less light than normal. Plus, we're coming out a little later than we normally do. But, man, you guys be careful in this heat. I seen a terrible thing when I was on the test ride on that Spyder. I'm not going to show you. I'm not going to discuss it. This gal, guessing mid to late 30s. Yeah. Don't mess with the heat. If you feel like you're getting funky or whatever, get some help, whatever. I mean, it could have been something else, but I don't know.
It was hotter in Hades.
Yeah, it was hot. But, yeah, gonna mess that ride up. It's put me in a funk the rest of the day, so be careful. Be careful. You don't realize it's getting you until it's too late. So I know plenty of people that's experienced some situations that could have been really, really bad, especially riding motorcycles too. So I had a pretty scary one myself back in 14. So just be careful when you're riding in the heat. There's certain things you just can't unsee in life, and that was one of them.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's leave it on a positive note. It was a nice day. It was hot. We got not as much done, but got some diagnosis stuff. It was all spiders, but anyway, I think on that, we're going to slip on now.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give her a thumbs up, and you guys have an amazing Thursday or Friday.
Heck yeah. Thursday tomorrow, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's hump day today. These days will just come especially in the summertime, it's just like go, 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 but just comes a wash. You go like, what day is it?
Yep.
All right. We'll see you guys in the morning.
We'll see you then.
Thanks for watching now. Bye-bye.